This is an ABC News special report. Now reporting, George Stephanopoulos.
Good afternoon. We're coming on the air right now because President Trump about to appear on the South Lawn of the White House. You see it right there, surrounded by Republican members of Congress to celebrate the passage of their massive $1.5 trillion tax plan, the largest overhaul in a generation. It brings the corporate tax rate down permanently from 35 to 21%. Temporary cuts on individual income tax rates as well, including the top rate from 39.6 to 37%. Pays for it in part by doing away with several deductions, including the state and local property tax. That's going to be capped now at $10,000. The mortgage interest deduction is going to be capped at $750,000, down from $1 million. And beyond that, it also gives a big benefit to the wealthy. The estate and gift tax exemption is going to be doubled from $5.6 million to over $11 million a person. And it eliminates that Obamacare mandate to buy health insurance. That could have a long-term impact on the number of insured in the United States. According to the Congressional Budget Office, over time, that could cost 13 million people their health insurance. There you see the president right there with Vice President Mike Pence, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Big victory for him,
ladies and gentlemen,
as well, and the
States,
Republican leader of the Senate, Mitch McConnell.
The House and the Senate Majority Leader.
All working in league right now. They've had a fractious relationship over the last year, the president and the Republican leaders in Congress, but they were unified at the end. Ending the year on a high note, a major Republican victory here, something they've been looking for years, a huge tax cut led by a cut in the corporate tax rate, and you hear those cheers there by Republican members of Congress. I know Cecilia Vega, our senior White House correspondent, on the South Lawn as well. And Cecilia, interesting point here. You see how happy they are right now. The American public, not so much. Latest polls show a majority oppose this bill.
Yeah, George, this bill has the lowest level of public support than any major piece of legislation in decades, even lower, in fact, than Obamacare. So the Republicans and the president are taking a big gamble on this one. The president, we're told, is expected to go out and try and sell this bill to the American public after he, in fact, signs it. But you said it. Most think this will benefit the rich. I've got to tell you, George, we're about 30 rows back. The president had said he wanted to do a press conference today. I can't imagine there are going to be questions out here, but certainly some celebrations. You saw the president there shaking hands and gave a big fist pump when he walked out to this crowd.
And he got cheers in response to your point about selling this. Senator Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate, said earlier today, if we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work. But today, for the Republicans, a day of celebration, and the president's coming to the podium.
Thank you very much. And these are the people right behind me. They've worked so long, so hard. It's been an amazing experience, I have to tell you. Hasn't been done in 34 years, but actually really hasn't been done because we broke every record. It's the largest, I always say the most massive, but it's the largest tax cut in the history of our country. And reform, but tax cut. Really something special. And I noticed this just came out 2 minutes ago. They handed it to me. AT&T plans to increase U.S. capital spending $1 billion and provide $1,000 special bonus to more than 200,000 U.S. employees, and that's because of what we did. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I have a whole list of accomplishments that the group behind me have done in terms of this administration and this Congress, but you've heard it before. Records all over the place, and that will continue, and then some because of what we did. But $3.2 trillion, just think of it, in tax cuts for American families, including doubling the standard deduction and doubling the child tax credit. The typical family of four earning $75,000 will see an income tax cut of more than $2,000. They're going to have $2,000, and that's, in my opinion, going to be less than the average. You're going to have a lot more than that. One thing very important for the farmers, the great farmers and the great small business owners that were forced to sell their businesses at bargain basement numbers, we have provided, for the most part, estate taxes wiped out so they can keep their farms in the family, and that to me is a very big factor, very big. This is going to mean companies are going to be coming back. You know, I campaigned on the fact that we're not going to lose our companies anymore. They're going to stay in our country. and they're going to stay in our country. And you've been seeing what's been happening even at this prospect. But they have tremendous enthusiasm right now in this country, and we have companies pouring back into our country, and that means jobs, and it means really the formation of new, young, beautiful, strong companies. So that's going to be very, very important. The pass-throughs you know all about, and the small businesses are going to be big beneficiaries. We are going to bring at least $4 trillion back into this country, money that was frozen overseas and in parts and worlds, and some of them don't even like us, and they had the money. Well, they're not going to have the money long. And so it's really, I guess it's very simple when you think you haven't heard this expression, but we are making America great again. You haven't heard that, have you? I want to have them get up and get the glamour and the glory, and I just want to have a few of them come up, and they'll speak for a little while and short. If the shorter, the better. That way we can get all of you. We'll get everybody up, right? But I want to thank Mitch McConnell. I want to thank, what a job. What a job. And I want to thank Paul. They're going to speak. They're going to say a few words. But Paul, Ryan, and Mitch, it was a little team. We just got together and we would work very hard, didn't we? Huh? It seems like it was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun when you win. If you work hard and lose, that's not acceptable. But I'm just going to name a few names, and then some of them will come up. But people that I saw so much over the last month and really over the last almost year, because when you think of it, we haven't even been a year. And we did the largest tax cut in our history. I hate to say this, but we essentially repealed Obamacare because we got rid of the individual mandate, which was terrible. And that was a primary source of funding of Obamacare. And Anwar, so a friend of mine, oh, congratulations. And Dan, where's Dan? What?
Don, right behind you.
No, and Don, too. Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Where's Sullivan?
Not here.
Oh, okay.
Lisa Murkowski's over.
I'll tell you, between Dan and Don and Lisa, you've done a very great job. So a friend of mine called up about Anwar. He's in the Opus. He said, "You didn't get Anwar." And I said, "Tell me about Anwar." He said, "We've been trying to get that passed. The whole country, the world, they tried in Ronald Reagan. They tried with the Bushes. They tried with everybody. They never got Anwar, but we got Anwar in this bill. So we have Anwar, we have mandate, and we have the tax cut, and we have the reform." I mean, when you add up the size of this bill, it's really great. So, Lisa, thank you very much. Lisa Murkowski. So, John Cornyn, the great chairman, Orrin Hatch. Great job, Orrin. Wow. Orrin is a special person. Tim Scott, who has been so incredible. He's going to say a few words. Where's Tim? Where's Tim? Yeah, you pick it up. He's younger than I am. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, we're just going to go. I have it mostly memorized, but Tim Scott has been great. John Thune. Where's John? John, great job, John. Rob Portman, a real student of the tax world. Rob, thank you very much. I want to thank, I said hello to John Cornyn, Pat Toomey. We rode together in Pennsylvania, but Pat, where's Pat? Pat, great job. He knows his business. Susan Collins, we want to thank. Susan's around someplace. Susan. Thank you, Susan. All friends. I mean, I look at these people. It's like we're warriors together. Kristi Noem on the House. We have Kristi Noem and Diane Black. Our great speaker, Paul Ryan, and he is a great speaker. Great job. Kevin McCarthy. Kevin. What a job, Kevin. We had fun. Did we have a good time? Steve Scalise, he's braver than all of us. He's braver. Where is he? Oh, boy, I don't know. He had a rougher year than most of us, but it's a hell of a way to lose weight, Steve. You said you lost it. It's not a good way. We love you, Steve. Great job. Great job. Kevin Brady. Kevin Brady. So maybe what I'll do is, and by the way, I mentioned AT&T, but many companies have come forward and saying they're so happy and they're going to be doing similar announcements. We're going to see something that's going to be very special. We're bringing the entrepreneur back into this country. We're getting rid of all the knots and all the ties, and we're going to see. You're going to see what happens. And ultimately, what does it mean? It means jobs, 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 jobs. So it's going to be really a very special period of time. We're in a very special period of time, and it's going to be even more so. I want to thank everybody behind me. Maybe I could start with Mitch, and then we'll go to Paul, and then we're going to have a few of the folks come up and say a few words, and we'll have a little fun. Okay? Thank you. Mitch, how about you starting?
And with that, a buoyant President Trump right there, celebrating the passage of what he calls the largest tax bill in American history. That's not true. It's actually the 18th largest in the last century, about 1% of GDP. But no question, this is a major legislative victory for President Trump and the Republicans today. You see the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, right there. I want to bring in our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, as he speaks. And Mary, the president has had a rough relationship with Republican leaders over the last year. They really didn't support him during the campaign. But this bill is not only a major tax cut, one of their major goals, but as the president said, it opens up the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge to drilling, a long-term GOP priority, and they got at least a piece of the repeal of Obamacare.
Yet no signs of that fraught relationship between the president and Republican leaders there. And of course, as the president did mention, it's always a lot of fun when you win. And this is a big, substantial win here for Republicans, the first major legislative victory of the Trump presidency. And look, it delivers in some ways on what they've been promising here. Most Americans will see a tax cut at first. They were able to pull this off with nearly unanimous Republican support here. No Republican no votes in the Senate. But, George, now the challenge is translating this into a political win. They know they have to get out there and sell this bill. It is deeply unpopular. Critics are questioning whether it will actually do what Republicans are promising it will do in the long term. Of course, it's going to put a major dent in the deficit. Republicans know that if they want this to help them in the 2018 midterms, they have to fix their messaging on this one. Get the message out. In fact, I asked the Speaker of the House that exact question, if he has any concerns that this won't ultimately be viewed as a win, and he said no. He told me the results are going to make this bill popular.
And let's listen to the Speaker right now.
Team for what they did to get us here. I want to thank my partner, Mitch McConnell, over in the Senate for getting us to where we are. And I want to thank these two chairmen, Orrin Hatch and Kevin Brady. Thank you so much for your leadership on this. It is really simple. The message to the hardworking taxpayers of America is your tax relief is on its way. That is what's happening here. The message to the families in America who've been struggling paycheck and paycheck, your tax rates are going down and your paychecks are going up. This is the kind of relief that Americans deserve. This is the kind of tax reform and tax cuts that get our economy growing to reach its potential. This gets us better wages, bigger paychecks, a simpler tax system. This gets the American economy competitive in the global economy. This is one of the most important things we could do for all of the people we represent. This is generational, and we're so excited that we're going to launch next year this fantastic tax reform so that the American people can see how we can truly reach our economic growth and our economic potential. And if it weren't for all the leadership of the men and women up here, this would not have been made possible. But lastly, I just want to thank the American people. I want to thank the American people for putting their trust in us, for giving us this chance and this ability to make this moment possible. Thank you very much.
Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Big day for him as well. Been working on this for quite a long time.
A man who's been working very hard. Thank you, Paul. Very, very hard for a long period of time. And last night was very much a culmination. But I don't know if we'll have bigger moments, but we hope to. We're going to try. A very special guy and great friend of mine, Vice President Mike Pence.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for those kind words, but more importantly, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your boundless faith in the American people. And thank you for keeping your promise to see this Congress deliver the largest tax cut in American history before Christmas of this year. Merry Christmas, America. To members of our cabinet, to Leader McConnell, to Speaker Ryan, to all these members of Congress, thank you. Thank you not only for being here today for this special moment, but thank you for your leadership and support throughout this year. I truly do believe, Mr. President, that this will be remembered as a pivotal moment in the life of our nation. A day when the Congress answered your call and made history. But honestly, I would say to the American people, President Trump has been making history since the first day of this administration. We've been rebuilding our military, standing with our veterans. And just last week, President Trump signed one of the largest investments in our national defense since the days of Ronald Reagan. We've been defending our borders, upholding the rule of law. Illegal crossings on our southern border are down by more than 50%. And President Trump has been restoring American credibility on the world stage, standing with our allies and standing up to our enemies. As the President reflected earlier today, our NATO allies are paying more toward their common defense. North Korea is more isolated than ever before. This President's put Iran on notice and put the war on Afghanistan on a path to victory. And thanks to the leadership of this Commander-in-Chief and the courage of our armed forces, ISIS is on the run. Their capital has fallen, and their so-called caliphate has crumbled across Syria and Iraq. But what brings us here today is that President Trump also knows that American strength starts with a growing American economy. And from the first day of this administration, this president championed free and fair trade. He rolled back federal red tape at record levels. We've unleashed American energy, and today, Mr. President, you fulfilled the promise you made to millions of Americans struggling in this economy to cut taxes across the board for working families and businesses large and small. In August of this year, the President laid out his vision for a tax cut that would be a middle-class miracle, and that's exactly what the Congress passed today. This tax cut will put more money in the pockets of the American people. It'll make our tax code more simple, more fair, more easy to understand. It'll make businesses across America more competitive to create good-paying jobs and raise wages for working Americans. I can tell you I serve with him every day. President Donald Trump is a man of his word. He's a man of action. And with the strong support of these members of Congress, President Donald Trump delivered a great victory for the American people. We made history today. But as the President said when we gathered this morning, a few of us with a few less hours sleep than usual, we're just getting started. And I can assure you this President and this entire administration will not rest and relent until the forgotten men and women of America are forgotten no more. So thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your love for this country and the people of this country. And I know in my heart, with the strong continued support of the members of Congress who are gathered on these steps, and with God's help, you will make America great again.
Vice President Mike Pence, big victory lap here for the Republicans on the South lawn of the White House.
Thank you, Mike, very much. A friend of mine, a very, very special man, Tim Scott. Tim,
and with that, we're going to sign off right now. Again, President Trump and the Republicans celebrating the passage of their massive $1.5 trillion tax cut today. Not signed into law yet. That's likely not going to happen until the beginning of the year, but it has passed both the House and the Senate, a major political and legislative victory for the Republicans. We're going to have a full report tonight on World News with David Muir. You can get the latest breaking news anytime by downloading the ABC News app. Have a good day.
This has been a special report from ABC News.
You're watching live picture now from the White House, where Tim Scott is speaking as Republicans and President Trump, Vice President Pence there as well, have gathered to celebrate the passage of their major tax overhaul, $1.5 trillion plan. The Republicans are speaking right now. Let's listen in to Tim Scott.
The president said I only have about 45 more minutes, so I'm going to get to my... Oh, He didn't say that. Okay, got it. Let me just say to those Americans who are watching this process, this is not about Washington. It's not about the left. It's not about the right. It's about single-parent moms who are looking for a reason to be hopeful in 2018. This tax reform plan delivers for the average single mother a 70% tax cut. For the average family who's working paycheck to paycheck, looking for ways to be hopeful about their future, to have an extra night for dinner out at a restaurant. This tax reform package cuts their taxes by nearly 60%. And because of folks like Marco Rubio and Ivanka, when you think about the folks with kids in the household, this plan doubles the child tax credit and makes about 70% of it refundable. This is a plan that we can be proud of because it speaks to the hearts of everyday Americans.
Diane, come on up. Diane Black. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I want to thank all of the folks that are standing behind me because it has been a team effort. When we talk about doing tax reform and the Tax Reform and Jobs Cuts Act, that is what the American people are going to benefit by. And as Tim has just said, it is the average American. That's the reason why we did this tax reform. We looked at those right in the middle, those families that need the assistance and the help and the relief to be able to live their lives the way we have promised with the American dream. It is such an honor to stand here with the President of the United States, the Vice President of the United States, who have been an integral part in making sure that this happened. I want to thank Kevin Brady, who I know hours and hours and hours worked hard to make this happen in what was really a short period of time. And some of the folks that are being left out right now, and I know we've thanked them before, but I want to thank them publicly, and that is all of the staff that has worked so hard in both the House and the Senate to make this happen. Now, we can say Merry Christmas to the American people because we are giving them a huge gift for Christmas, a break in these taxes and an opportunity for our jobs to grow and to give them a bigger paycheck. And so I want to say thank you to Mr. President. Thank you, President Trump, for allowing us to have you as our president and to make America great again.
Thank you, Diane, very much. And we can say Merry Christmas again. People are saying Merry Christmas again, and we like the sound. I want to ask Lisa Murkowski and Dan Sullivan to come up from Alaska. They've been really working. And if Don Young is here, and I think he's around here, the three of them, come here.
Dan and Don straight now.
Come here. Dan, get over here, Dan.
Yes, sir.
Lisa?
You get right here.
Thank you.
You'll get my name right.
Oh, I did, actually. I called it.
Mr. President, I don't know if you've recognized, this is a very historic day, of course, but it's also the beginning of winter solstice. Now, it doesn't feel like it right now, but the winter solstice is the shortest day, the darkest day. And for us in Alaska, we've had some pretty dark days recently. But with passage of this tax bill, with passage finally, almost 40 years later, to allow us to open up the 1002 area, this is a bright day for Alaska. This is a bright day for America.
All right.
So we thank you for that. We thank you for that. Think about it. 31 years we've been working on tax reform. 38 years now to open up ANWR. This has been a multi-generational fight. And I looked at some of our friends from Alaska who have come 5,000 miles to be here for the vote last night and today.
Yeah.
To those who live there to those who raise their families there, and to those who are looking to live for generations, know that our promise to you today is a bright future, one where we care for our environment, where we care for our people, and we also care for our country in providing a resource that is needed not only by the United States, by Alaskans, but by our friends and allies. This, Mr. President, is what energy dominance is all about. So let's go.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, Mr. President, I want to thank you and your administration. I want to thank Secretary Zinke, who's doing a great job, but Senator Murkowski said it very well. This administration has come in and recognized...
You're watching live picture there as Republicans, members of Congress, celebrate the passage of their major tax overhaul. I want to bring in my colleague, senior congressional correspondent for ABC News, Mary Bruce, who has been watching this process unfold. And Mary, it's worth pointing out it unfolded very, very quickly, largely along party lines. We're hearing there, as we heard from Senator Tim Scott, that this was not about the right, this was not about the left. I guess try telling that to the Democrats right now. They've called this a travesty, they've called it a disgrace. But it's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? They're hoping that this will pay off in the long run, that the middle-class miracle that they're all selling it as will come through.
Yeah, there's no question, Amna, that this is a gamble, and it's a gamble for Republicans. Let's make that very clear. This was passed with near unanimous Republican support in the House. Not a single Republican senator voted no. They will now own this, and the question is, what happens going forward? They are promising big results to Americans, that you'll start to potentially see some more money in your paycheck come February. Now, most Americans will see a tax cut at the beginning of this, but of course analysts caution that over the long term the wealthy stand to benefit most, and corporations of course get that massive tax cut down from 35% to 21%. The big question here on the Hill has been, can Republicans translate this into a political win, not just their first major legislative win, which of course this is. That's what this big group pat on the back is that we're seeing here right now. And they need that win going into 2018. Now, most of these changes won't really be felt until people go to file their tax returns next year, but some changes will be felt right away. But again, right now, this is a deeply unpopular bill. It's slated to add $1.5 trillion to the deficit. Analysts are raising a lot of concern about what will happen in the long term here. And so Republicans know they have a messaging issue here. They need to get out and sell this bill. As the Speaker of the House told me, the results will sell this bill. That's what they're banking on.
Mary, you mentioned not a single Democratic vote there. It's worth pointing out not all Republicans in the House voted for it either. What's the calculation there? Are they looking ahead to 2018?
Yeah, if you were actually to count up all those faces you see there behind the president, there are about 300 Republicans with the president at the White House today. We believe that means you're missing about 12. Those are the 12 House members who voted no. Most of those are members from high-tax states like New Jersey, New York, California, those that are expected to be particularly hard hit by what's known as the SALT deductions, the state and local tax deductions. Those are now limited to just $10,000, those deductions on state and local income and property taxes. That was a big issue for this handful, or I guess two handfuls of House Republicans. That's why they opposed this bill, and they think that ultimately Republicans may not win on this one. So we'll have to see how this all plays out over the coming weeks and months and the next year.
All right, Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill. Let's listen in now. Senator Orrin Hatch is at the podium.
The world depends on us. I love this country. I came from very humble roots, and I have to say that this is one of the great privileges of my life, to stand here on the White House lawn with the President of the United States, who I love and appreciate so much, and with these wonderful colleagues and cabinet members who stand behind us. And to see all of you and realize that you care too. All I can say is that God loves this country. We all know it. We wouldn't be where we are without him. And we love all of you. And we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to make this the greatest presidency that we've seen, not only in generations, but maybe ever. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Paul Ryan just said, how good was that? Another very special man, works so hard, knows it inside out and backwards, Kevin Brady.
Thank you. Okay, guys. We're getting a little Thank you, Mr. President. This is a historic day. It's an exciting day. And I knew I was going to be here with you to mark this momentous occasion. So I wore my Houston Astros tie because they're still the champion of the World Series. I figured today you would give me some slack on that. Look, this is a historic day in so many ways, and it didn't happen just by itself. People often ask, when did you know? When did you know tax reform could be achieved in America for the first time in 31 years? And my answer is always the same. November 8th, when President Trump, you were elected President of the United States. That's when I knew it was real. And when you put together the great ideas on tax reform from inside and outside Congress, and I see many of you here today with us, remarkable leadership and courage from the men and women behind me in the Senate, and especially my colleagues in the House. When you put together remarkable leadership in the House and the Senate, the work that was done in the White House, Gary and Steve, Vice President Pence, and Mr. President, your willingness to make this your commitment, to go across the country to sell the need for tax reform, and then stay at the table with us and on the phone with us to get this done. But for your leadership, we would not be here today. So thank you so much. And let me finish by speaking directly to the American people. There are 3 dates you need to put on your calendar. The first is New Year's Day, because on New Year's, our country will have a new tax code for a new era of American prosperity. New Year's Day. In February, look to your paychecks. Hardworking Americans will see the result of the hard work of this president and this Congress to make this tax reform possible. It will show in your paychecks. And then April 15th, that hated day. This April 15th will be the last time you ever file your taxes under this horrible, broken tax code, because you'll have a new one for the future of your family and your small business. So this is a great day for our country, a great day for our economy, and a great day for America. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Did a fantastic job. And another man who was with us all the way, no matter when I called, he was there or he'd get back within minutes, Kevin McCarthy.
To the President and Vice President, during that campaign, you listened to voices no one else was listening to. You listened to those that were trying to get a pay raise, or that parent that was fighting for their children, or to that person who always dreamed of being an entrepreneur or creating a small business like you did, Mr. President. And you know what? For all those people, you heard them. We would not be standing here today if it wasn't for you. It doesn't matter if you were overseas fighting for America. So many people back here got your phone call fighting for tax reform. This is a big day for America. This is America's comeback. Come February, check your check, because that will be the pay raise of the vote for Donald Trump. That will be the beginning of the next century, America's century. Thank you, and God bless.
So I just want to conclude by saying this will indeed be a very big day when people look back at our country. It's a whole different attitude, a whole different way. And I really want to end by looking back and thanking all of those people standing behind me that worked for years. This was the culmination of a few months' work, but they've been working on getting this done, whether it's Mitch or Paul or Kevin or Orrin. They have been working on this for years, years and years. And I just want to turn around and I want to thank them all. They are very, very special people. Thank you very much, everybody.
There you have a lot of handshakes and big smiles outside the White House from President Trump, members of his cabinet, and Republican members of Congress passing their big tax overhaul. I'm Amna Nawaz in New York. Down in D.C., my colleague Tara Palmieri, ABC's White House correspondent, joins me live now. Tara, you know what strikes me as I'm watching this unfold, all the celebration, all the buoyancy. Politics makes for strange bedfellows, right? We heard this before, but you saw the president there walk out with Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell, two people with whom he has not always had the best of relationships. We saw him name check Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, two senators who helped to tank his earlier efforts to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. Does this mean everyone can get along now?
Well, this is a very Trumpian move. Trump has a very short attention span, and when he is, seeing victory or success, he gloms onto that and he embellishes. You're hearing so many superlatives. I found it amusing to hear Speaker Paul Ryan call it exquisite presidential leadership from the president. And think of how many times have you seen Paul Ryan squirming, before reporters, having to answer questions about some of President Trump's more questionable tweets. And let's not forget that a month ago, after the healthcare bill passed, asked by Fox News if he thought that Mitch McConnell should stay as Senate Majority Leader, President Trump said, well, let's see what happens with tax reform and infrastructure. So as we can see, this is very conditional, this love. And, they're doing their victory dance, and they're going to keep doing it because they have to keep selling this bill.
Our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, joins us live now. Cecilia, on that point, this is a deeply unpopular bill that they have just voted to pass and put in place. Now they have to go out and sell it. Can the president do that?
Well, that's the plan. Amna, the White House today, in fact, aides here said that he does plan to go out and sell it. But, they're not specifying what that means. Does that mean he's going to tweet about it? Does that mean the president's going to go on a road show as he has in the past? We don't know the specifics of that, but they did very much today try to make the case that the president has been heavily involved behind the scenes in getting this across the finish line, talking about the number of phone calls that he's made, the number of visits that Mike Pence, the vice president, has made over to Capitol Hill. So they really are trying to sell this, at least the backstory behind how this came to be. You're absolutely right, though. This is a politically dicey territory here. This bill is more unpopular than any major piece of legislation has been in decades, including Obamacare. You thought people hated that one. They hate this even more. The majority of Americans, the overwhelming majority of Americans, believe that this tax bill will benefit the rich. The Republicans here, right here behind me at the White House today, say the proof will be in the pudding, that when people's taxes go down in a matter of months, come April, that the support, the tides, if you will change on this one. So it remains to be seen. I do want to quickly point out, Amna, what today was not. While this was very much a ceremony with a lot of pomp and circumstance and very much an exuberant, a joking, a happy President Trump, this wasn't a press conference. We are here 15 some odd rows back. Today he tweeted this morning that there would be a press conference at 1 o'clock. I'd love to ask a question. You know me, but that ain't happening.
So what would you want to ask at this point, Cecilia? What do you think are some of the biggest questions that remain unanswered about this plan, about what they're doing moving forward?
I was trying to pull out my list. It's 3 pages long, but I shoved it in my purse because it's not getting used today. I think, look, if we're going to ask about taxes today, the big question that this president and this White House needs to answer is, how can they call this a Christmas gift, the greatest gift to the middle class, when in fact the individual tax rates are temporary? These tax cuts for middle class Americans, as they say, are temporary, yet the tax cuts for corporations are permanent. The president today, right here in the White House with his cabinet, said that the most important part of this bill is the cuts to corporations. So they've got a lot of explaining to do. And then if, we're going to go down the road of a year-end press conference, which many presidents have done in the past, we hope that this president will do that. There are a lot of questions that I would love to ask him about whether he has any regrets, whether he would have done anything differently in his 12 months in office. Amna.
Well, Tara, jump in here. I'd love to hear your take on this, too, because they have to be considering what the potential blowback could be if the things that they assume will happen don't happen, right?
Right. They're putting a lot on the line in terms of reinvesting capital into American businesses, the idea that companies will come back. And you heard President Trump talk about AT&T's major investment, not mentioning the fact that AT&T is trying to complete a major merger with Time Warner and perhaps is trying to build some goodwill with that announcement. But, they're really hoping that the money that they put back, that these tax cuts will lead businesses to reinvest into the economy and to hire more workers. But that doesn't always happen. They tend to find tax havens and they tend to figure out ways to cut rather than grow. We shall see. They make the case that during the Reagan years, the tax cuts helped to rejuvenate the economy and that it will do it again.
Well, it's also worth pointing out, look, the economy has been on an upswing, right? And everyone's keeping an eye on the Dow. It doesn't look like it's reacted too much one way or the other in terms of the passage of today's plan. There we have it down slightly. But, it's been growing in recent weeks, largely on speculation that this plan would pass and would be put into place. So I guess the question is, look, the Republicans are kind of banking all their plans right now on the fact that the economy continues to grow and things continuing to get better when it comes to the markets. That can't last forever. So what's the plan when the markets inevitably start to contract, as they always do?
That's a very good question, because right now the president is taking credit for all of the growth, for the rise in the stock market and just the consumer confidence right now. And the problem is that it's a cycle, and what goes up must come down. And if he experiences any sort of recession or just drop in economic growth, will he take ownership for that? And that's going to come up. My aides that I speak to in the White House haven't told me they've come up with talking points for that. They're riding high right now, trying to move on from one thing to the next. But, they're going to relish in this victory. They wanted to prove that they are not the do-nothing president with the do-nothing Congress. And so this is what they can show. And this is what they did in 1 year. And they came right up to the end of the deadline, only a few more weeks left in the year. And they crossed the finish line now.
And to their credit, they got it in by the end of the year. It is a huge, huge deal, biggest in a generation now. But it's also worth pointing out on that point, what does this mean going forward? Take a look into your crystal ball. Does this give them momentum now? They figured out a way to work together. Can they try to push through other big ticket agendas like the border wall funding or immigration reform, or go back to health care in some way? What's next for them?
Well, you heard the president earlier today. He's obviously putting immigration and the border wall funding at the top of his agenda. He's also made, a lot of commotion about infrastructure, and he's hoping that he can get some bipartisan support with that. So they're going to try to use this win as leverage to propel more, legislation forward. They're all feeling really good. They're hoping that that constituents will feel the effects of this tax cut right away, and will use their wallets to vote again for a Republican Congress. We will have to see if that actually happens. You know, you did hear a little bit some sober comments about how, you know, you're not going to feel it at this time you return your tax, during this year's tax returns, but the following years, and you might see some change in your paycheck, but is that enough?
Oh, you know what else I wanted to ask you? In all the selling of the plan early on, we always saw this little postcard. Everyone used to hold up a postcard and say it's going to be so simple. You could do all your taxes on one card. I haven't seen that card in a while, though. Did that go away?
It did fall to the wayside because they decided to keep a lot of the popular deductions, and that obviously, you know, is not possible to do on a postcard. You do have the option to just take the maximum standard, you know, individual deduction. So if you want to do that, then you can do it on a postcard. Most people probably won't do that. But the point is they said that they simplified the system. Is it a postcard? Not likely. They also claim that they would, you know, change the tax brackets from 7 tax brackets down to 3. We're still at 7. So not all the promises were made, but they probably figure that these are really small, you know, incremental details, and they are really obviously going to push the double and standard the ability to double standard deduction.
And as you have said, our colleagues have said, the proof will be in the pudding. We will have to see. As our colleague Chris Donovan tweeted earlier today, actually, 321 days to go before the 2018 midterm elections, in case you want to mark your calendar.
Right. We'll be here. So
we know where to find you. Tara Palmieri, live for us in D.C. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you for watching as well. Head over to abcnews.com anytime to get the latest on today's big story, or download the ABC News app. Get all those breaking news headlines right to your phone. For now, I'm Amna Nawaz, and I'll see you back here soon.